Bangor. From the Great North Woods to the Rock Mountain Coast and streaming live in HD worldwide at foxbangor.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
Today on Good Morning Maine, a man is facing charges after being accused of ramming a gate at the Augusta airport.
Plus, a local fire chief looks back at his many years of service as he prepares for retirement.
And local police chiefs remember the Sandy Hook massacre and reflect on the changing world of police work. Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Craig Colson. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. The big talk of the town today is the approaching winter storm.
Yep.
I think the forecasters are saying at this point like 3 to 6 inches around here, but it could be a lot more depending on the track of the storm.
Right.
Of course, we don't have to worry about it too much today. It's going to arrive tomorrow afternoon, so today is the day to prepare.
Still, I bet the grocery stores are going to be insane today.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, Devin Biggs has the full forecast.
Hey, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Happy Thursday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Shepherd Toyota, your hometown connection for Toyota cars and trucks. Easy to find on Route 1, Rockland, Thomas, and Town Line. Shepherd Toyota has a great selection of new and previously loved vehicles. At Shepherd Toyota, they don't sell you a car, they help you buy one. Come experience the Shepherd difference today. Here we go. So we do have a lot of alerts in effect here. We do have winter storm watches in effect running until Saturday at about 1 p.m. This is a storm watch right about in here. And some gale watches also in effect as well. We can pull this map further off towards the east and trying to cue some of that up. And what we're probably going to see at this point is that gale watch that is in effect because we are going to be watching for our next system that will be moving in soon. For now, we're looking pretty good. We're seeing a few returns on the radar outside of the country. I doubt any of this is making it to the ground. So overall, we'll be under a mostly cloudy sky for us today. But look what's heading in our direction. By late Friday afternoon, this thing will start to move in, and we will have the opportunity for measurable snow again. That's why that winter storm watch is in effect, and maybe some significant snowfall possible in a few areas. As for today, not too bad. It will be under a mostly cloudy sky. No precipitation to get too worried about. Our next turn for precipitation will be Friday afternoon. The winds will be out of the northeast for a while at about 15 miles per hour. Some gusts up to 25 miles per hour cannot be ruled out either. Your hourly forecast for the rest of the afternoon period, again, and a morning period as well, I should say. Lots of clouds, temperatures in the 30s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma?
Thank you, Devin. A Skowhegan man faces a number of charges after allegedly crashing through a gate at the Augusta State Airport. 28-year-old Corey Adams was arrested Tuesday after police were called to a report of a hit and run in the area of Western Avenue and Meadow Road. Police say Adams had already left the scene in a brand new Toyota pickup by the time they arrived. He then allegedly drove the truck onto the Augusta Airport tarmac before crashing through a rear gate. Adams was arrested a short time later and is now facing charges including aggravated criminal mischief, driving to endanger, driving without a license, and criminal trespass. He's currently on probation for a previous offense and is being held without bail at the Kennebec County Jail.
Fire crews responded to a garage fire in Emden yesterday afternoon. First responders say it was fully involved when they arrived at the home on the Kennebec Road. According to Anson Fire Department, the fire started in a wood stove before spreading to the rest of that garage. They say the structure, as you can see there, is a total loss. The property owner reported the fire just after 1 p.m. Anson, Madison, Starks, and Solon fire departments all responded to the scene and had it knocked down in about 10 minutes. Officials we spoke with believe the fire was accidental, but the State Fire Marshal's office will try to determine an exact cause.
The Bangor Police Department isn't giving up a search for a missing man. They're once again asking the public to help find 38-year-old Graham Locker. He hasn't been seen since he walked away from the Dorothea Dix Psychiatric Hospital in Bangor on June 6th. Police say despite many searches and calls of potential sightings from the public, none of those have resulted in locating him. Police are asking anyone who might have seen him or have information that can help to please contact the police department. More information about the case may be found on or shared on the Facebook page maintained by Locker's family.
A local fire chief has decided to step down from his position to make way for the next generation. Devin Dagnall met with him to commemorate his decades of service.
After 38 years serving as the fire chief for Dover Foxcroft, Joe Guyot is stepping down.
It's been a good run. It has. It's been rewarding.
Guyot says he made the decision because he felt it's just time to pass on the torch. After building his decades-long legacy, he says it's time for a new one to start.
What's kept you in the station this many years?
The love of it. the love of the fire service. It's, not only in Dover, but statewide, nationally, and the whole works. I made some damn good friends.
With over 50 years of service, Guyot says he's experienced a lot of success and challenges. But one of the things he's most proud of is the fire department museum that he helped establish.
That started probably 20 years ago on a dream, my dream, of keeping the old stuff.
The museum is filled with equipment, pictures, and memorabilia of past firefighters, not just from Dover-Foxcroft, but from all over the state. Guyot now hopes to have more time dedicated to the museum, opening it more often for the public. To be clear, though, the 81-year-old firefighter says that just because he's stepping down from his position, it doesn't mean that he plans on retiring anytime soon. As he puts it, he's just trading in his white helmet for a black one.
People on the street stop me and say, hey, well, you're retiring. How come? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? I'm not going anywhere. I'm right here in the department. I'm going to stay in the department until, maybe they push dirt in my face or, whatever it is. But, no, this is my life. I can't walk away from it.
In Dover-Foxcroft, I'm Devin Dagnall, reporting for ABC7 and Fox 22.
Governor Mills is urging Mainers who lack affordable health care to sign up for coverage through the state's health insurance marketplace before the deadline. Today is the last day to enroll to avoid a gap in coverage in 2023. Those who sign up by midnight will have coverage effective on January 1st. The governor encouraged those who are uninsured to check their eligibility and enroll for coverage by visiting coverme.gov.
I know everybody in Maine is busy trying to get everything done that they can and contending with the higher costs of everything from eggs to heating oil, but this is an important thing too and can save you a lot of money come January 1st.
If you miss the deadline, you can sign up by January 15th in order to have coverage starting by February 1st.
A busy roadway in Old Town will be closed tonight for some emergency work. The Department of Transportation says Stillwater Avenue will be shut down for traffic so crews can repair a water pipe that's hanging beneath that bridge. We'll have to close the area around the Llewellyn and Estes Bridge while that work is being carried out.
The closure will take place from 10 o'clock tonight until 4 o'clock Friday morning. Drivers will have to take a detour to make it around the construction.
No big deal. They say you're going to have to take, I think, Bennick Road up to Orono to get around, but it's happening in the middle of the night, so it really shouldn't impact a lot of people. Right. If they don't get it done tonight, they'll continue that work next week. We'll
Hard
keep you
workers.
updated. Yeah.
Hard workers. Well, the time is now 8:07. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, the latest on a powerful winter storm that's causing problems in numerous states.
But first, another check of our forecast. A mostly cloudy day ahead today with highs around 39 degrees. Mostly cloudy with a low of around 30 tonight, and then tomorrow the snow starts. Some areas might see a little rain, too. The highs tomorrow, a messy day, right around 34 degrees.
Silver Fox Automotive is a family-owned and operated company with more than 30 years of experience. We are originally from the county and offer competitive prices and promise you will be completely satisfied with our work. We offer a stress-free experience to both our new and returning customers. We only use parts from reputable brands to ensure your vehicle is safe to drive. Here at Silver Fox, there will always be a friendly face to greet you. Come see us at 2004 Audlin Road in Herman.
Fear, pain, and anxiety are all feelings associated with dental treatments, but it doesn't have to be that way. Dental lasers offer a way to remove tooth decay without using the dental drill. In fact, we do most dental fillings here at Twin City Dental without numbing, so no needle. And for treatments like root canals or having many teeth extracted, we also provide IV sedation. So call Twin City Dental for your next dentist appointment.
Season's greetings from C&K Variety in Herman. Serving the community for decades, C&K Variety strives for great customer service and a friendly atmosphere. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from the Engstrom's Auto Service family. We want to thank you for your business this past year. Diversified Inc. wishes everyone a joyful holiday season and is offering 10% off online gift cards from now until Christmas Eve.
You ready? Don't, there's no peeking.
It's festive family fun.
Window.
Christmas present.
Christmas gift. Gift is correct.
All wrapped up.
No boots, no boots, no boots, no shoes.
No shoes is correct.
There we go, there we
These
go.
are a little like Santa's helper's shoes.
In one picture-perfect show.
Come on, one more, let's go. It's a hat. It's Santa Claus.
Santa Claus, correct! Dictionary.
Weekdays at 10 on Fox 22.
Waterville got to show off its brand new art center yesterday. Here's a preview of the new $18 million Paul J. Schrupp Art Center located on Main Street in Waterville. The center will be a hub and destination for the visual and performing arts, art education, and film. The 32,000 square foot building was developed in partnership with Colby College and Waterville Creates and will be a place to showcase all the artistic talents in the area.
Really, we're creating a new model for the ways in which an art museum can be in community and new ways for the arts to be in community.
It's unbelievable. The last 7 years has just been a period of transformation in Waterville, and it's really coming down to this building as the capstone of just nearly $200 million in total reinvestment.
You'll be able to see a wide variety of different art mediums on display in a new modern building. The official opening day is set for this Saturday.
Well, time is running out if you're still looking to get your Christmas tree with a holiday right around the corner. And if you already purchased a tree, you may have noticed that the prices are significantly up from last year. Sprague's Nursery and Garden Center's General Manager Melissa Higgins says there are a few factors that contributed to the rise in cost.
We are paying people a lot more right now to do the Christmas tree harvest. There is nothing easy about Christmas tree farming. Fertilizer prices have doubled and tripled in some places, mostly because of trucking and where it's sourced.
Higgins says she expects the prices for Christmas trees to continue increasing if labor rates keep going up and fertilizer costs also continue to rise.
Union Street Hannaford in Bangor has selected the beneficiary of its community bag program. The Coal Land Transportation Museum in Bangor will benefit from reusable bag sales from the store for the entire month of January. The museum is set to receive a $1 donation every time a Hannaford reusable bag is purchased at the Union Street location in Bangor. Each month, Hannaford selects a new nonprofit to benefit from these sales. To learn more or submit your organization for eligibility, head to hannaford.2givelocal.com. And that's the number 2, not spelled out.
I love that idea. I didn't know that they went to such purposes. So
I know, I didn't either.
Nice.
I buy them because I forget them frequently.
I do too.
Yep.
You ever need one? I've got a few extras.
I was going to say the same thing to you. Well, you go ahead.
Go ahead. You sure?
The time is now 8:12. After the break, we'll take a look across the country to see how severe weather is affecting everyone differently.
Plus, we'll have some safe driving tips amid the messy winter weather. That and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
Interest rates are on the rise and making waves in the real estate market. Buying or selling? You need a navigator. I'm Holly Taylor. Come to the one who gets it done. HollyTaylor.Realtor.
Let's face it, getting training and experience is hard, but at Loring Job Corps, we can help. From certifications in automotive technology, obtaining your CDL, or learning building trades, we have you covered. Maybe you prefer joining the high-tech world of computer networking or cybersecurity. We have that as well. Don't delay, get in the driver's seat to your future today. And the best part, Loring Job Corps is free. Receive free training, free meals, and even free housing. Call or go to jobcorps.gov/Loring. Job Corps careers begin here.
Big trucks rule the road. They're dangerous, and they can cause big, bad injuries. But the big trucking companies don't stand a chance against me. These companies have big insurance policies, and if you're hurt by one of these big boys, I'll fight to make them pay up for you. I'm Jim with Lowry & Associates. If you've been hurt by a big truck, call the twos. We win for you.
Hurt by a big truck? Come out on top. Call the twos. Call 222-2222.
You ain't living your best life? My best life is when I have dragons to slay.
We're going to see heavy rains and a wide path of destruction.
It's raining frogs!
I'm sorry, did you say frogs?
That was even weirder than the volcano.
Nothing is as weird as lava at mini golf.
Just wait around a minute. Something awful's bound to happen.
911 Lone Star, season premiere, January 17th on Fox.
Homes are selling in a single day. The real work happens well before. I'm Holly Taylor, and I have the expertise to guide you through your home improvements. Come to the one who gets it done. HollyTaylor.Realtor.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. Severe weather is impacting much of the country right now. The death toll is rising after tornadoes swept across New Orleans last night and this morning. Parts of the mid-Atlantic from Virginia to Pennsylvania are bracing for an ice storm. ABC's Morgan Norwood has the latest.
This morning, the damage is described as catastrophic in areas around New Orleans after suspected tornadoes slammed southeast Louisiana.
Tornado is still there.
The mayor of Gretna says up to 5,000 buildings are likely damaged in her town.
Glass breaking. It sounded like my roof was coming off.
Amanda Dufresne and her 2 kids tried to take shelter in the bathroom as a tornado tore apart their home in Jefferson Parish.
I didn't even get to the bathroom yet. I just grabbed the kids, put them on the ground, and got on top of them.
You covered your kids with your body?
I covered my kids with my body and just prayed that it wouldn't even pick me up or them.
At least 4 people were hospitalized when a tornado moved into New Orleans.
New Orleans now under a tornado warning. The rotation about 5 miles that way, just over the Mississippi. But with all this rain, we won't see it coming, and it's heading right for downtown.
Authorities say 1 person was killed in St. Charles Parish, raising the storm death toll in Louisiana to 3.
It's just going to be hard to accept, that this is happening a week before Christmas.
At least 42 tornadoes have been reported across 4 states since Tuesday. 1,000 miles north, the same weather system fueling blizzard conditions in the plains and upper Midwest. And this morning, parts of Virginia, West Virginia, and Pennsylvania are bracing for a dangerous ice storm. Cities along the I-95 corridor face a wintry mix before heavy snow moves into the interior northeast.
That's a prime example of it's a rainstorm right now, but we are looking at it to making sure it's a rainstorm. If that does change, if that track moves, we'll be ready.
Morgan Norwood, ABC News, New York.
And that one of those is the storm that's heading our way tomorrow. Some places could get quite a bit of snow out of this one. I know some people are excited about it. Others are dreading it.
I know. The grocery stores are probably already insane. But the earlier you go, the better. I'm just hoping less ice. I don't want to.
Yeah, hopefully it just moves in. No big deal. We'll dig out and put it behind us.
Maybe a good sledding day or skiing day, whatever you do afterwards.
Yeah.
So, well, the time is now 8:17, and it's time to get a full look at that forecast.
Alrighty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Shepherd Toyota, your hometown connection for Toyota cars and trucks. Easy to find on Route 1, Rockland, Thomason Town Line. Shepherd Toyota has a great selection of new and previously loved vehicles. At Shepherd Toyota, they don't sell you a car, they help you buy one. Come experience the Shepherd difference today. Here we go. So plenty of alerts in effect. Let's break them down right here. This blue area is a winter storm watch. It's in effect until 1 p.m. Saturday. We'll see an upgrade at some point as they're watching for more snow that will begin to move in. There's a storm watch in effect until Saturday morning at 7 a.m. This is worse than the gale alerts. And that little shade right there farther off right about in here is a gale watch also up until 4 p.m. Saturday. So plenty of activity that we'll be watching out for. And these are winter storm warnings further off towards the south and west in the pink. And this shade right here that's not quite showing up much is actually an ice storm warning that's up for a few areas. So not looking pretty good in a few areas. Back here at home, we're not too bad, just under a mostly cloudy sky today. And we're watching a few returns on the radar for the northeast going toward the south and west. I'm not too worried about them. They're probably not even making it to the ground. And if they are, it will not be a big deal. Those will taper off rather quickly. What I am worried about is this system right about in here that's tracking off from the south and west, going toward the north and east. And this will give us some snowfall and maybe some significant snowfall in a few spots as this does continue to track off towards the north and east. Hence why those winter storm watches are now in effect. Let's break this down right now on Futurecast. Plenty of clouds moving in today with a mostly cloudy sky. No precipitation expected at all today or tonight either, but tomorrow will remain mostly cloudy. The winds will get gusty again, and here's that precipitation line right there. It's slow to move in from the southwest to the north and east. But on top of gusty winds, we'll be watching for snow and maybe a wind sheet mix in some spots too, especially closer toward the coast, and temperatures get above freezing moving forward. So how much snow? It's going to be very spread out. So we're going to run this and stop this at Saturday at about midnight, so Saturday at 12 a.m. Hardly anything at some point, maybe ½ inch to an inch in some spots. But we'll run this through most of the weekend, at least through early Sunday morning. And some areas can see about 6 to 8 inches before we're all finished up. And even beyond that, maybe just a little bit more, at least through early Monday morning. Plenty to sort out yet. This will definitely change, but it's some significant snowfall possible in a few spots between now and Monday. And of course, this will change as it does develop, so definitely stay tuned for updates. Gusty winds will also be an issue as well at around 20 to 25 miles per hour today, and also in the parts of tomorrow moving forward. And because of this, wave heights are up at around 4 to 11 feet according to some of the buoys out there. Further out towards sea, check out this color right there. That really tells you the waves are active in some areas. Our average high being 35 degrees. We'll reach for the upper 30s today with the mid-30s Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Also near Monday and Tuesday before we cool off again to the lower 30s as we head towards your Wednesday. Your forecast for today, upper 30s mostly cloudy. The northeast wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. As for tonight, lower 30s mostly cloudy. The northeast breeze backing off briefly to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. And for tomorrow, middle 30s, rain and snow showers on the way. The northeast wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. This will move in during the afternoon period. Your Shepherd Toyota extended forecast, rain and snow chances move in on Friday, continue into Saturday and Sunday with a smaller chance on Monday and temperatures overall in the middle to upper 30s.
All right, thank you, Devin. Well, the Maine Bureau of Highway Safety wants to remind motorists to drive sober or get pulled over. With the holiday season upon us, Maine law enforcement agencies have increased overtime enforcement details. The money comes from a grant from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and was awarded to 28 police departments across Maine, including the Maine State Police.
When you do, it's just best to make sure that you plan ahead and always have a safe and sober ride home. So that means, either getting a taxi ahead of time or making sure you have a way to get a ride share or, even designated a sober driver, someone who's just going to be your designated driver.
Well, the idea is high visibility enforcement so that anyone that will be on the roads will think twice before they drink and drive. This program will run until the first of the year. And that not only goes for alcohol, it goes for just about anything else people are doing these days, too.
If you got to bribe a buddy to be your DD, it's best to do it while you're sober not when you're already drinking. Do it in advance.
Feeling, buddy?
Right,
yeah.
right.
Or call a cab, call your dad,
And that was a good reminder. I know I've said it in the other shows, but you can schedule a cab.
You can.
That's a great reminder. Yep. Way better to do that than when it's all busy and everybody's calling trying to get one.
Right. We'll be back with more after this.
Hello, Maine. This is Steve McKay. Not sure what the weather will be in your neck of the woods, but there's a 100% chance of Luke showing up near you. Next Home Experience is listing and selling homes throughout Maine. Get looped and get sold with Next Home Experience.
Ah, look at you. Taking control of your morning mood by starting the day with what makes you happy. McDonald's has enough breakfast options to make your mornings happy every single day. Taking control never tasted so good.
Now, you can get a savory sausage McMuffin, sausage McGriddles, or golden hash browns. Choose any two for $3, only at McDonald's.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
On the next Last Man Standing.
I refuse to believe you're going to high school because you will always be my baby. Where the cutie.
Their little girl is growing up.
You look beautiful. And you're grounded.
But is she ready to swim with the big fish?
I don't fit in. I don't have big boobs. I don't have a nose ring. I don't have a whale tail.
What's a whale tail?
You know, when your jeans ride down and your thong rides up.
Last Man Standing.
This afternoon, starting at 4 on Fox 22.
Looking for your dream home? Contact a Next Homie today and see what's available right now. Sellers, get ready to get looped and get sold. With Next Home Experience, we have your buyers.
Welcome back, everyone. Two boaters are happy to be back with their families after being rescued at sea. The men were transporting a sailboat from New Jersey down to the Florida Keys when the vessel became disabled. That was on November 27th. A big search was launched when their families hadn't heard from them in over a week. Relief finally came on Tuesday when the disabled sailboat was spotted by a passing tanker ship. The two men and their pet dog were taken aboard and later picked up by the Coast Guard. The sailboat was later discovered with a missing mast and was without fuel or power.
Now to the latest on the 7 alleged spies charged with shipping sensitive U.S. technology to Russia. One of them, a New Hampshire man accused of using his quiet suburban home as part of the smuggling ring. ABC's Rena Roy has the latest.
This home looks like any other on this quiet suburban block in Merrimack, New Hampshire, decked out with Christmas decorations like Frosty the Snowman. But Justice Department officials allege it was at the center of an international Russian smuggling ring.
One thing very odd I noticed is that there's always a lot of boxes there. I didn't know anything about it. Did they have some sort of online business? I don't know.
Federal prosecutors indicting 35-year-old Alexei Brayman along with 6 others, alleging the defendants secretly worked for Russian intelligence and created shell companies based in the U.S., then illegally shipped millions of dollars in equipment and technology to Russia, often pretending that they were routed to other countries like Germany. Some items allegedly included bullets and materials used to develop hypersonic and nuclear weapons that could be used by the Russian military as Russia's war with Ukraine intensifies.
The U.S. government takes extremely seriously items that are going to places like Russia, China, Iran. They have reported in some of these previous cases where items illegally purchased by these front or shell companies ended up on the battlefield in Ukraine.
You can see the Brayman family in social media photos. Brayman's wife, Daria Brayman, has not been charged with a crime.
The 7 defendants have been charged with conspiracy, money laundering, smuggling, and bank and wire fraud. 3 of them are in custody, but the other 4 are believed to be in Russia. Reno.
Well, humans are not the only ones who need a flu shot this winter. Canine flu is hitting shelters and homes across the U.S. Symptoms, like in humans, include coughing, sneezing, eye and nose discharge, fever, lethargy, and trouble breathing. The American Veterinary Medical Association recommends getting your dog vaccinated for canine influenza to help prevent infection, especially if your dog spends time in a park or around other animals at a doggy daycare.
The Federal Reserve has announced its 7th rate hike this year. It's also the final one of 2022. But as Fox's Lauren Blanchard explains, there will likely be even more raises next year to combat inflation.
The full effects of our rapid tightening so far are yet to be felt. Even so, we have more work to do.
The Federal Reserve announced another interest rate hike of 0.5%, rates now at their highest in 15 years. It's smaller than the last 4 rate hikes, but still pushes interest rates higher and pushes many potential borrowers out of the market.
We will stay the course until the job is done.
Chairman Jerome Powell will likely keep rates at their peak for much of next year. That could be painful for anyone who takes out a loan or buys on credit.
We'll need to stay there, until we're really confident that inflation's coming down in a sustained way, and we think that will be some time.
There are hopes that with inflation dipping, now at 7.1% compared to last year, the Fed will ease off the 0.5% or more hikes. But market watchers say people are still spending. They're just buying with their credit cards.
The consumer is loading up on credit card debt, especially in the holiday season when you see a lot of demand. The goal of raising interest rates is to choke off demand, but we can't seem to totally choke off demand.
Some economists believe at the next Fed meeting in February, they will raise rates again. However, they are hoping it will only be by a 0.25 percentage point. In Washington, Lauren Blanchard, Fox News.
When we come back, we'll meet our pet of the week.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll be right back.
I'm Jim with Lowry & Associates. Winning car accident cases is what we do. Check out a few of our big wins.
I injured my torso, and they got me $195,000. What did the twos do for you?
I needed foot surgery, and they got me $215,000. What did the twos do for you?
I broke multiple bones, and Lowry & Associates got me $450,000.
Call the twos. We win for you.
If you're hurt in an accident, what do you do? Call 222-2222.
Maine's #1 Kia dealer, Van Sickle Kia, has you covered. Front-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, hybrid, or fully electric. Brand new 2023 Kia Sportage, Sorento, Soul, Forte, and more. Check out the all-new 2023 Kia Niro Hybrid with 54 mpg highway, or the affordable Sporty Forte with 41 mpg highway. Plus, get Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, the best in the business.
The best cars, the best prices, and the best warranty. I'm Peter Van Sickle. I guarantee it.
You're watching Fox 22, Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, today is Thursday, December 15th, 2022. There are, 21 days left in the year? Hard to believe.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Yeah. Today is also National Regifting Day.
So if you receive a bottle of wine that isn't really to your tasting, or you don't drink, or something you already have, you just don't really like, you can be polite and just re-gift it. I've done it many times, and I think people are usually none the wiser.
Yeah.
Right.
Unless you give it to the wrong person, give it back to the person you forget or something like that.
In my family, we have a running joke. There's this one Christmas bag, because we reuse the bags and stuff, and between one member of our family, and we just exchange it back and forth. It's been probably 10 years of just giving this one bag back and forth.
A running thing.
Right.
On this day in history, in 2011, the Iraq War officially ended as the U.S. formally declared its mission in the country to be over.
The Iraq War is known as one of the deadliest wars in the 21st century. I think it's one of 8.
Is that real?
Yeah, all sorts of stuff going on throughout the world. And on this day in history, in 1966, American animator Walt Disney passed away at the age of 65. I forget he died that long ago.
Yeah.
Yep, so he has a great
Talk about a legacy, huh?
Yeah.
He lived a life, that's
all
for
over
sure.
the world. Yep.
Yeah. Well, the weather is going to kind of take a bit of a turn. It's not beautiful today by any means, but tomorrow at this time we'll be getting ready for a storm.
But we have Pet of the Week before
weather. Oh, that's
weather.
right. We have to do Pet of the Week first.
Yes, so Catherine Ravenscraft came in last hour. We have that recording, and we'll show you that, and then we'll go right into weather. So we have a...
I'm back on track.
Back on track.
Just so.
Fluffy. Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. We have a really fluffy lady here accompanying Catherine Ravenscraft.
Thank you for clarifying.
Yeah, right?
And who's this?
This is Faith. Faith actually has not been with us for very long. She is a year old. And she came in, so you can see she's got that kitten energy.
Yes.
She's a squirmy little kitten still. Yeah. She came in with a couple of other cats, and she appears to be pretty cat friendly. She wanted to play and roughhouse, and the other cats were not really into it. So they're not bonded, even though they came in together, and they'll all go home separately, including Faith. But yeah, she is just a sweetheart. She's been purring since I picked her up this morning at 7 a.m.
Very curious.
Yeah, she is. Yeah. She is. But she's also compliant. I mean, she's...
What are you doing, Kitty?
She's curious, but she's content. Yeah.
She only looks a little mad.
I think that's just resting cat face.
Right.
I don't
Good
know.
point. Good point.
She is a beautiful cat, too. So soft.
She is, yeah. I actually, when I left last night, there were only about 45 minutes of open time left, and I fully expected that she would get scooped up. A cat like this normally goes very quickly.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm glad she was still there this morning so I could bring her in and show her off.
I
she's
gotta get her
just
a little pet.
Sweetheart.
She just looks so cute.
You want to play? Want to play pass the kitty? Like pass the baby? But yeah.
I think Emma wants to hold her.
Reflects on the claws.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh,
so she's young enough that really she can go home with anyone.
Yeah.
If you have other cats that are generally cat friendly, obviously it takes a little while for everyone to get to know each other, but we think she'll do fine. If you've got cat savvy dogs and even kids, as long as there's some supervision so that they don't get overwhelmed or overstimulated.
She just wants to play.
She does. Yeah. If you had a little feather on a stick or
What would you say is a cat savvy dog?
One that is not going to chase. Yeah. So I've got one that is not so cat savvy, and she likes to chase and pin. She doesn't want to hurt the cat. She just wants to pin the cat and play with the cat.
Right.
So if you've got a dog that's a little more on the chill side or knows how to behave around cats. I don't think that she's been with dogs, so sometimes we'll flip it and say a dog savvy cat.
Yes. Right, because sometimes they can be aggressive, even though there's the smaller one.
Yes, exactly. So, but we think that she'll do fine.
I
And
think so.
and I think she may still need to be spayed.
Yep.
But we're getting through that list as quick as we can, and you can come
Oh, you can
in
hear her
and-
purring too.
I know, I pushed
So
her up
happy.
against my mic on accident. I think I might have, I don't know if people out there heard my question about what is a dog-savvy cat, but just purring, if so.
Yes, exactly.
But she's happy, and like you said, very compliant. Like, plenty of cats would be like, why are you pushing me up in all these different positions? And she's just very compliant.
We've definitely had some cats take off on us here, so or get pretty darn close. So
She's beautiful.
Yeah,
You're pretty.
she
Oh,
is.
oh.
So she's one of those rare. She's young. She's good for families. I think that she'll probably go by the end of the day. Honestly.
Yeah. Oh.
Well, thank you, Catherine, for coming in.
Thank you, Catherine.
Thank you.
Thank you, Faith.
I know you did great.
Say hello.
Yeah, say hi. Now on to your forecast. Kitty, kitty, kitty. How you doing?
Hey, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Happy Thursday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Shepherd Toyota, your hometown connection for Toyota cars and trucks. Easy to find on Route 1, Rockland, Thomas, and Town Line. Shepherd Toyota has a great selection of new and previously loved vehicles. At Shepherd Toyota, they don't sell you a car, they help you buy one. Come experience the Shepherd difference today. Here we go. So we do have a lot of alerts in effect here. We do have winter storm watches in effect right until Saturday at about 1 p.m. This is a storm watch right about in here. And some gale watches also in effect as well. We can pull this map further off towards the east and trying to cue some of that up. And what we're probably going to see at this point is that gale watch that is in effect because we are going to be watching for our next system that will be moving in soon. For now, we're looking pretty good. We're seeing a few returns on the radar outside of the country. I doubt any of this is making it to the ground. So overall, we'll be under a mostly cloudy sky for us today. But look what's heading in our direction. By late Friday afternoon, this thing will start to move in, and we will have the opportunity for measurable snow again. That's why that winter storm watch is in effect, and maybe some significant snowfall possible in a few areas. As for today, not too bad. It will be under a mostly cloudy sky. No precipitation to get too worried about. Our next turn for precipitation will be Friday afternoon. The winds will be out of the northeast for a while at about 15 miles per hour. Some gusts up to 25 miles per hour cannot be ruled out either. Your hourly forecast for the rest of the afternoon period, again, and the morning period as well, I should say. Lots of clouds, temperatures in the 30s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma?
Suffering from sinus congestion, especially at night? Try Vicks Sinex for instant relief that lasts up to 12 hours. Vicks Sinex targets congestion at the source, relieving nasal congestion and sinus pressure by reducing swelling in the sinuses. Try Vicks Sinex.
Do you struggle with occasional nerve aches in your hands or feet? Try Nervive Nerve Relief from the world's #1 selling nerve care company. Nervive contains alpha-lipoic acid to relieve occasional nerve aches, weakness, and discomfort. Try Nervive Nerve Relief.
This is Todd. And this is Sarah.
She's leaving for Paris.
But this isn't your classic holiday rom-com. It's a Nissan event ad.
Seriously?
Featuring the Nissan Rogue. And more standard power than a CR-V.
This is a love emergency.
Don't let true love or these offers get away.
Get a low $199 per month lease on the 2023 Nissan Altima.
Whether you're thinking of getting your first tattoo or building onto your collection of skin art,
Disconnected Tattoo and Art Company in Ellsworth provides the safest and most comfortable tattoo and piercing experience.
at Disconnected Tattoo, we'll combine your vision with our art to create something special that will last the test of time.
Don't trust your personal body art to anyone else.
Call Disconnected Tattoo today to schedule your consultation.
Or check out our Facebook page.
Disconnected Tattoo and Art Company in Ellsworth.
Dear Santa, I hope you are having a good day in the North Pole. Is it cold all the time there? Is that why your cheeks are so rosy? My mom says I'm a good helper, but you didn't come last year. Was my chimney broken? I just really hope this year when I wake up, I'm gonna see that you came to my house too. Wow.
Donate and help the Marines deliver hope to a child in need.
The Harper Boys are broing it up and crushing it with bromance. 2.5 Men, 5 nights a week.
On Fox 22.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. Let's start with the Black Bears. We had the news on Tuesday, and on Wednesday, the university followed through with the official announcement. Jude Killey is officially Maine's next director of athletics. He is signed for 5 years, $250,000 annually. He has been the deputy director of athletics for the past 5 years at Miami University in Ohio, the university he's called home since 2008, and comes into Maine at a very opportune time. The university is expecting to introduce him on Tuesday. They offered a statement from Killey on Wednesday. Here it is. He said, "I am thrilled to be the next AD to represent our staff, coaches, and students to help support the entire campus and community. The University of Maine is an amazing institution with unique attributes," and much more. Let's stay with the University of Maine now. Maine women's basketball has just 2 games left in their non-conference schedule, and it was a tough one, the 42nd toughest in the country to be exact, but they've learned a lot, and they're ready to turn the page into America East play. Ryan Sudol has the story.
There's no cupcakes on our schedule. Every game we play, we have to be ready for, and we'll take our bumps. We always do in non-conference.
Maine women's basketball are no strangers to these bumps this season. They're 4-7 headed into conference play, but not without the 42nd toughest schedule in the country.
We didn't see the results necessarily in wins and losses, but it's not like we were playing bad teams.
Black Bears opponents so far have included nationally ranked teams like Kansas and Gonzaga, but the pros of these experiences well outweigh the cons.
Yeah, we've had some tough games, but I think the most important thing about it is that we've learned from all those games. Like, we take the mistakes we make, and then we learn from them.
And the Black Bears had minimal mistakes in their 88-60 win over Army Saturday. One of their top performers was America East Rookie of the Week, J.C. Christopher, who went 7 of 10 from three-point range.
I think she's great. I think she's working hard. I mean, great game the other day. Made a lot of shots.
Offensively, she can shoot, she can score. For her, and just like it is for any freshman, it's learning all the other stuff, and I think she's doing a good job with that.
Junior Caroline Borneman also came through, scoring a team-high 29 points and shooting 5 for 7 from 3.
Shooting the ball with confidence. I mean, when my teammates get me open, it's shooting the ball with confidence, but I think definitely a lot of it comes from my teammates getting me open.
Aside from stars getting hotter as the games get bigger, reigning A-East Player of the Year Ann Simon is back practicing after a leg injury.
I mean, it's definitely exciting. We have depth, and that just adds a lot to our team.
She's making progress, and we hope to have her back sooner than later.
While Ann is day-to-day, the Black Bears look to add another feather in their cap before conference as they play Harvard on Sunday. In Orono, I'm Ryan Sudol, ABC 7, Fox 22.
Thanks for that, Ryan. Looking forward to see what they can do in these final 2 non-conference games. Let's stay with the University of Maine now. Field hockey season is long over, but the awards are still rolling in for the Black Bears. Just recently, it was announced there were 2 All-Americans in Orono this fall. Stop me when you've heard these names before. Poppy Lambert and Chloe Walton, both winning All-Region earlier, both named All-Americans this week. Lambert was named to the National Field Hockey Coaches Association's 2nd team All-American, with Walton earning 3rd team honors. And it's the first time Maine has had 2 All-American field hockey players in one season, and it comes just months after Lambert won America East Defensive Player of the Year and Walton won the conference's Offensive Player of the Year. We still have one more year of Poppy Lambert in Orono, too. All right, let's go to some high school sports now. Some action around our area on Wednesday. We will start on the ice over at Sawyer Arena in Bangor. Rams getting ready to go. They're playing Hamden Academy. Both teams looking for win number 1, game number 1 for the Broncos. First period, Bangor dominated the offensive zone on the power play. Miles Randall blasting this one in the net. That's going to make it 1-0 Rams. Broncos looking to answer here. Lucas Dunn on the breakaway, hits the post. So close to tying it up. Bangor had a lot of chances, but Hamden's Aaron Donovan was nails between the poles all night. Nice glove save here, and then in the second period, able to stop this one from point-blank range, staying with his man, keeping his team in it. Broncos now shorthanded. It's Matthew Shane on the breakaway. He beats Liam Dowdy, who also nails the net, goes flying into the boards, but it's all love. That would tie the game, and both teams would score in the third, and this one would end in a 2-2 tie after overtime. Let's go to some boys hoops now. Central hosting Foxcroft Academy will start in the third. Central's Jackson Pollock going to paint a pretty picture with this step-back three, but Foxcroft dominated this one. Still in the third. Foxcroft in transition. Caden Crocker, nice pass to Jaden Richard for the lay-in. Two guys dominated on the gridiron all fall, too. Final seconds of the quarter. Ponies again. Devin Henderson loses the ball, but Wyatt Rayfield picks it up, nails the J at the horn. Ponies up huge after three. Fourth quarter. Watch Silas Topolsky galloping like an actual pony the entire length of the court to find Caden Witten at the rim. Foxcroft goes on to win big, 82-27. They are 2-0. All right, let's take a look at some other scores from around the state on Wednesday. Old Town over Presque Isle in the county, 67-49. Bucksport boys basketball, 63-49 win over George Stevens. In Class C boys, Dexter 58-35, victorious over Panquist. And then Class A girls basketball rematch of the Class A North semifinal, Gardner over Lawrence, 41-37. So Gardner gets their revenge in that one, but that's all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
Comfy, cozy, relaxing. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find rockers, recliners, sofas, and easy chairs. Quality furniture, affordable prices. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
When it comes to winter footwear, warmth, waterproof, and safety matter most. Take the drive today to Comfort Shoes and More in Newport and discover the latest in winter boot technology. We've got boots rated from -60 to 0 degrees Fahrenheit to keep your feet warm in any weather. Check out the new materials guaranteed to keep your feet dry. Relieve the anxiety of slipping and falling this winter with the new Navitech with grippers built right into the sole. Just flip it and clip it and you're ready to go. Be prepared this winter. Take the drive today to Comfort Shoes and More in Newport.
Wings, Wings, Wings is hiring. Come work at Wings, Wings, Wings.
Wings is #1. Wings does case management.
Bring hope to families by working at Wings, Wings, Wings.
I work at Wings.
I work at Wings.
Come work at Wings.
Wings, 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 ranked one of the best places to work in Maine for the last 5 years in a row.
Don't let scammers ruin your holidays. 'Tis the season for giving to charity, but only after you carefully research the organization. Gift cards are great, but only when purchased from stores you know and trust. If you plan on shopping online using your credit card, carefully monitor your credit card statement to detect unusual charges early. And remember, if it seems too good to be true, it probably is. With these tips in mind, I'm Officer Ash with Bangor PD, and we're here if you need us.
Durable, sturdy, stylish. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find solid wood, built to last, made in Maine dressers, bureaus, and nightstands. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. I'm here with Neil Cummins. He's an astronomer and astrophysicist for the University of Maine. He's the author of 21 published astronomy trade and textbooks. His trade book, What If the Moon Didn't Exist?, has been made into a planetarium and theater show and was the theme to Mitsubishi's pavilion at the 2005 World Expo Aichi at Nagasaki in Japan. And he's taught at the University of Maine since 1978. Neil, thank you for joining us today.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Of course. And you're here to talk about the Solar System Origins, When and Where the Solar System Came From program that's going on today at 3 p.m. Do you want to talk about that a little bit? It's both in person and virtual. So, yeah, go ahead and explain it a bit.
Sure. If you think about everything that there is in the world, you just look at something. It didn't exist. None of this stuff, nothing existed at the beginning of time. And so the question that I'm exploring is, where did we all come from?
Yeah.
How did we get here?
Yeah.
And so I'm going to, in a 1-hour talk, start literally at the beginning of time and take us through the last 13.7 billion years.
In 1 hour.
In 1 hour, and come out the other end, which is, here we are.
Cool.
So, all of the atoms in our bodies all of the radiation, the radio, the television waves.
Yeah.
Didn't exist. None of that stuff. It came later and in different stages. And so that's what I'm going to be exploring.
That's an impressive feat for 1 hour. Normally we see, I mean, you're a professor, so you're used to staging out discussions like this over a semester.
Correct.
How did you push it all together for 1 hour?
It was a very interesting experience. One of the things I do when I prepare, and I prepared this yesterday, by the way.
The best preparers are the last-minute ones.
I guess. Well, thank you. I'm glad to hear that.
Hey, I am too, so I'm just biased.
One of the things I do when I prepare anything is that half of my mind is sitting in the seat of the person listening.
Yep.
And so what I do as I write a talk like this is put myself there and talk to the person that is going to be listening to make sure that what I say is sufficiently clear in a sufficiently short amount of time so that in the end the pieces will come together rather than fall apart.
Right, right. And I mean, it is meant for kind of the average person, right?
Oh, absolutely.
This is meant for anybody to be able to come in and listen to. Cool.
That's exactly what it's all about.
So this is going to be at the Wilson Center in Castine, which is at 120 Perkins Street, but it's also online. So it says here you can receive a Zoom link. Just do it in advance. Give them some time to prepare. And you can email Haley at it's education@wilsonmuseum.org, and we'll have that link on our website. But Neil, can you talk about, I mean, what was this 2005 World Expo in Japan? What part did you have to play there?
Back in the day, we had something called the World's Fair.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember the 1964 World's Fair in New York City. I used to go to that, sit in a Mustang, brand new Mustang.
Yep.
And ride around the Ford Pavilion. Well, anyways, in 2005, they had an event. They call it now a World Expo instead of World Fair.
Mm-hmm.
And Mitsubishi approached me and asked if they could use What If the Moon Didn't Exist as the theme. Each country and company at a World Expo has a theme in their pavilion.
Cool.
And Mitsubishi's theme was What If the Moon Didn't Exist by me.
Awesome.
And so I helped create a show. It was a total immersion theater show with screens on all sides.
Yep.
So you felt like you were inside of these things. And it went for 1 year, which is the normal. And then it was bought by a resort in southern Japan, House Tambosh, House in the Forest. And for 17 more years, that show played every day.
Wow. Every day?
Every day.
For 17 years?
Yes.
Wow. So it was beloved.
Yes, and the company, the production company that worked with me on doing this told me that was the longest running show they've ever had. So
awesome.
It was very exciting.
Awesome. And you live right locally, and you've been doing this work all over the world.
Yes.
Well, thank you, Neil, very much for coming in. His show, the talk is at 3 p.m. tonight, so we'll have the information to attend that in person or virtually on our website. So thank you again, Neil.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Of course. We'll send it over to Devin Biggs for our full weather forecast.
Alrighty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Shepherd Toyota, your hometown connection for Toyota cars and trucks. Easy to find on Route 1, Rockland, Thomas, and Town Line. Shepherd Toyota has a great selection of new and previously loved vehicles. At Shepherd Toyota, they don't sell you a car, they help you buy one. Come experience the Shepherd difference today. Here we go. So plenty of alerts in effect. Let's break them down right here. This blue area is a winter storm watch. It's in effect until 1 p.m. Saturday. We'll see an upgrade at some point as we're watching for more snow that will begin to move in. There's a storm watch in effect until Saturday morning at 7 a.m. This is worse than the gale alerts. And that little shade right there farther off right about in here is a gale watch also up until 4 p.m. Saturday. So plenty of activity that we'll be watching out for. And these are winter storm warnings further off towards the south and west in the pink. And this shade right here that's not quite showing up much is actually an ice storm warning that's up for a few areas. So not looking pretty good in a few areas. Back here at home, we're not too bad. Just under a mostly cloudy sky today. today. And we're watching a few returns on the radar for the northeast going toward the south and west. I'm not too worried about them. They're probably not even making it to the ground. And if they are, it will not be a big deal. Those will taper off rather quickly. What I am worried about is this system right about in here. It's tracking off from the south and west, going toward the north and east. And this will give us some snowfall and maybe some significant snowfall in a few spots as this does continue to track off towards the north and east. That's why those winter storm watches are now in effect. Let's break this down right now on Futurecast. Plenty of clouds moving in today with a mostly cloudy sky. No precipitation expected at all today or tonight either, but tomorrow will remain mostly cloudy. The winds will get gusty again, and here's that precipitation line right there. It's slow to move in from the southwest to the north and east, but on top of gusty winds, we'll be watching for snow and maybe a wind sheet mix in some spots too, especially closer toward the coast, and temperatures get above freezing moving forward. So how much snow? It's going to be very spread out, so we're going to run this and stop this at Saturday at about midnight, so Saturday at 12 a.m., hardly anything at some point, maybe half inch to an inch in some spots. But we'll run this through most of the weekend, at least through early Sunday morning. And some areas can see about 6 to 8 inches before we're all finished up. And even beyond that, maybe just a little bit more, at least through early Monday morning. Plenty to sort out yet. This will definitely change, but some significant snowfall possible in a few spots between now and Monday. And of course, this will change as it does develop, so definitely stay tuned for updates. Gusty winds will also be an issue as well at around 20 to 25 miles per hour today, and also in the parts of tomorrow moving forward. And because of this, wave heights are up at around 4 to 11 feet according to some of the buoys out there. Further out towards sea, check out this color right there. That really tells you the waves are active in some areas. Our average high being 35 degrees. We'll reach for the upper 30s today with the mid-30s Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Also near Monday and Tuesday before we cool off again to the lower 30s as we head towards your Wednesday. Your forecast for today, upper 30s mostly cloudy. The northeast wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. As for tonight, lower 30s mostly cloudy. The northeast breeze backing off briefly to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. And for tomorrow, middle 30s, rain and snow showers on the way. The northeast wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. This will move in during the afternoon period. Your Shepherd Toyota extended forecast, rain and snow chances move in on Friday, continue into Saturday and Sunday with a smaller chance on Monday and temperatures overall in the middle to upper 30s.
Even though Dorsey Furniture is known for our vast collections of quality home furnishings, sometimes we like to venture into the forgotten passageways and dark corners of our enormous warehouse to mine the odd nightstand, forgotten sofa, orphaned love seat, or the elusive discontinued mattress. Meanwhile, our sales manager, and not the bean counters, smash the original retail prices into tiny fractions of themselves. Dorsey Furniture, black tag sale going on now.
Maine's #1 Kia dealer, Van Sickle Kia, has you covered. Front-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, hybrid, or fully electric. Brand new 2023 Kia Sportage, Sorento, Soul, Forte, and more. Check out the all-new 2023 Kia Niro Hybrid with 54 mpg highway, or the affordable Sporty Forte with 41 mpg highway. Plus, get Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, the best in the business.
The best cars, the best prices, and the best warranty. I'm Peter Van Sickle. I guarantee it.
Taking control of your mornings with what makes you happy. McDonald's has options to make mornings happy every day.
Now, get a sausage McMuffin, sausage McGriddles, or hash browns. Get any two for $3.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
When the Granite Shop wants to know the weather on MDI, they log on to foxbangor.com. At the Granite Shop in Sedgwick and in Trenton, we have more inventory than all other shops in the state combined. Fastest turnaround, too.
I have a very musical family. Everyone would gather at the house. We would always spend hours at the piano going through Christmas carols and classics and all just playing together and having a good time. And that's what I love about Christmas.
25 words or less.
Do this with me, boys. Ready? It's just a game.
Weekdays at 9 on Fox 22.
Well, our friends at Dunkin's is getting into this giving spirit this holiday season. The coffee and donut chain kicking off its 12 Days of Donuts on Tuesday, offering 12 days of free gifts to customers. The freebies will include deals ranging from free drinks and food to money off purchases. The deals run until Christmas Eve. This offers comes one day after Dunkin' announced it had partnered with Grubhub to offer more free offerings. We like free.
That must be for members.
Maybe,
I don't know. Well, some winter fun in the sun can improve your sleep. That's according to a new study. University of Washington scientists say your sleep patterns at night are much better when you're outside and getting some sun during the day. And that's even if it's overcast. I didn't know that. The researchers say human circadian clocks tell you when you need to sleep, but they need daylight exposure to kick in. And when that doesn't happen, your body clock is delayed, and that pushes back the sleep. Indoor sources of light like lamps and computers